thumbs up in the back when you're good, cameras. All right, any questions for Tetero and McMillan? Start with Justin.
T-Mac, how do you just reflect on the game last Saturday and what you were able to do?
Shoot, I'm not really worried about what I did. I was just mostly looking about what the team did. You know, we got a lot of areas to fix, obviously. We got NAU this week. Coach has been preaching about how, you know, teams make the biggest jump from week 1 to week 2. So, shoot, we gotta prove to the world that, you know, that we're a ranked team, we're a good team, and shoot, we gotta just go out there and prove it.
Have you ever had a 300-yard game before?
Nah, never.
First time with the offense with Dino Babers being the offense coordinator, first game out. How did it feel out there, and how did the communication go in terms of the headset and just the total communication throughout the game?
I mean, shoot, me personally, I don't have the headset in my helmet, but I think the game went pretty smooth. You know, I feel like you know, not too many people get to do what we did last night. I mean, the other night, and sure, we have confidence in Coach Babers to call the right plays and put us in good positions to be successful.
Michael and Ryan.
What did you gain from all that work you did on the side during the training camp?
Oh, shoot, just how blessed I am, man. You know, not too many people get to do what we do. You know, there's a lot of people in the world that dream to be in the position that we are. You know, just me being out for a little while, just in the back, just seeing what everybody else is doing, and football being taken away from me for a little amount of time, just really just allowed me to be grateful for the whole situation. Just every opportunity I get, you know, God has blessed me with amazing things and amazing opportunities, and shoot, hopefully I can go out there and, you know, do His will.
The play where you outran the defense, was that kind of one of those ones that you and Noah have a thing where you just knew that that spot wasn't right and you needed to go somewhere else and he saw you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was funny that we were talking about this yesterday. You know, we was just rewatching the play, and I was just like, man, is this like one of our best chemistry moments right here? Yeah, just like we speak about it a lot. You know, just our relationship off the field is correlates to on the field, and you know, you can obviously see that in that play. You know, just him knowing that I was going to the next window, and me knowing that he was going to throw me to the next window. It was just night and day, and shoot, I'm just happy we made a play.
Were you surprised at how little they were doubling you, that it was single almost all the time or zone?
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure I was surprised, but, you know, I got to expect that every week to, you know, get double coverage. But that just opens up everybody else's opportunities, you know. It's just, at the end of the day, it's just not me playing the football game out there. There's 3 more receivers on the team, so it gives a chance for everybody to be successful.
What's the origin story behind yours and Noah's touchdown celebration?
Oh, no, there's not really no origin story, but shoot, you know, we've been doing this since we was 14 years old. So every chance that we get to score 6 points together, you know, him throwing me the ball, or shoot, hopefully me throwing him the ball someday, who knows? But every chance we get to do our little handshake after a touchdown is just a blessing. Not too many people get to do what we do. I think we just kind of put it together when, you know, we were just little kids just having fun, 14 years old, like I said, 8th grade, you know, just out there just, man, we need to come up with something, you know. So that's what we came up with.
Justin and Michael.
So you had 176 yards after a catch. It seems to be, you know, an element that's been added to your game. What do you attribute that to?
Oh.
So many yards after catch.
Shoot, I mean, that's to everybody, you know. Coach Babers put me in the right position to be successful. Cole throwing me the ball where I needed to be, and just Coach Bobby and just the whole coaching staff encouraging me to be, you know, a high caliber player that I'm supposed to be. You know, I think my mindset is a lot different from last year. You know, my mindset is just to make plays as much as I can, and it's a lot different from last year, like I said. And shoot, but I gotta give testament to all my teammates and my coaches.
Michael, and then last question for T-Mac from Jenna in the back.
Yeah, what are your personal and team goals for this season?
Oh, man, team goals, Big 12 championship, national championship, personal goals, break every Arizona receiving record there is.
Last question for T-Mac to Jenna.
What does it mean for you to get the first football Big 12
mean, shoot, that's just a blessing, it's crazy to think that, that was my first game back. And just being able to do what I did, just huge testament to all my teammates and my coaches, just putting me in the right position to succeed. And shoot, that's only the beginning. Hopefully we got a lot more games to play. And shoot, we're just trying to show the world that what we can do.
All right, that's our time, teammates.
Appreciate that, y'all. Appreciate it. Easy, easy.
One sec. Pretty good. All right, any questions for Corey, Krosky, Merritt? We'll start with Troy and then Justin.
What was that game like for you? Was it a little weird being out there and playing against New Mexico after being with them last season?
Yeah, that game was kind of weird but fun at the same time. Getting to play against my old teammates, knowing that school did so much for me graduating there, and just all the stuff that they did for me. So it was definitely kind of weird.
What do you think was the biggest part of your guys' turnaround in the second half running the ball?
Just feeling the flow of the game, just understanding our assignments and just trusting the process, basically knowing, you might get 3 yards here, 4 yards here, and later on down the line, those big runs are going to come. So it was basically just trusting the process. And then
what are the benefits of having a lineup of 6 offensive linemen and a fullback?
It's great. It's great, just having those guys, them being great athletes, them, wanting to block them wanting to block, just the grit that they have is just unreal, and I'm just happy to be able to run behind those guys.
Jenna and then Brian.
2 questions. One, what did you make of Caden Luke in that performance with the key blocks, couple touchdowns?
Caden Luke, I knew going into that game, those plays that he had called, he was going to make those plays because of how he practiced, the energy that he have, and just him being ready, He grew up a Wildcat fan. He have a little picture of him when he was younger in a Wildcat jersey. So he was just waiting on his moment, and when that moment came, he executed, and he just did it well.
And then also, what have you seen from the defense this week? Have you seen a different mindset from them after the performance on Saturday?
Totally, yeah. They came out with energy and stuff. They just had to just get together and just come as one. But moving on forward, it'll be like way much cleaner.
Brian and then Michael.
When we talked to Quali on Saturday night, he said that when you eat, he's happy, and when he eats, it works for you. How does that work for you when you're not in the game and seeing that?
When one of us is not in the game, we just stand fresh. When I'm on the sideline or he's on the sideline, he's telling me, oh, you should have did this or you should have did that. We just, just work as one, because playing the position running back, you got to have more than one running back. You just, can't carry the load. That's how you stay fresh. And it was just good seeing him go out there and, make those big plays when he was scored. When he scored, I was happy for him because I know, both of us going to get the job done. So it's just great having, 2, 3 good running backs, a good running back room. So it's just great having a lot of good running backs in the room.
Were you looking at the tablets on the sideline? Did you get anything good from that?
Yeah, yes, sir. You can get a lot of good stuff from those tablets, bad reads, just a lot of different stuff that you can get from those tablets. Yeah.
Michael and Justin.
2 questions. The first one, you're in the video game.
Uh-huh.
Now, what do you think of your likeness and also your ratings?
My ratings, it's an 84 right now. Hopefully, by the next update, I can, influence NCAA to, up it to a better rating. So I'm just happy I'm in the game. I've been playing with myself for all night, and it's just happy. I'm just happy to be in the game.
Sure. Yeah. And you were hosting the video, the Chilling with Bill series.
Yeah.
How did that get started, and is that something that interests you once your football playing days are over?
They got started actually last year. I think they had a D lineman. Yeah, I think they had a D lineman named Bill last year. So he started Chilling with Bill, and when I came, they was like, "You want to do an episode?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's kind of cool." And after I'm done playing football, I honestly look to do a podcast or something like that. Stand around sports or something like that. So it's a good start.
What was it like witnessing T-Mac's performance on Saturday?
It was unreal. I love playing around good athletes, having a good wide receiver, good quarterback, good old lineman. It's just fun playing around a lot of athletes and just making a lot of plays with those guys.
And then I think T-Mac's first touchdown, you picked up a blitz.
Yeah.
Has blocking always been a part of your game, or is that something that's been newly added?
Nah, it always been a part of my game. Like coach emphasized, like you can't block, you can't get the rock. So it was just that's just a part of our game, just blocking. And if I see a guy coming and I know it's a passing play, you never know, that might turn to a touchdown pass. So I was like, yeah, we gotta, that's just us being a family, not being selfish. Like if you gotta do your job for somebody else to get open, then that's what we're gonna do every time.
Any more questions for Corey? All right, that's our time. Thanks, man. All right. Questions for Coach Wade? I think Brian has up first, and then Michael.
Bobby, there's a picture that has been out there. You're sitting on the bench in between Noah and T-Mac, and T-Mac looks like he might be saying something to you. And I jokingly said that, like, he's saying, your record's not going to last for very long. But the first time that you've had an opportunity to actually coach a game with him and with Noah, reflecting on that, is it just more than you could have imagined?
It is, just everything encapsulating all of it. Me being back here at Arizona, being in Tucson, family being here, dad was here, wife and kids were here, just being in the stadium, and then obviously working with these players, T-Mac and Noah and this whole team and Coach Brennan. But it's such a great feeling for me personally, and then to see a kid like T-Mac that I get the opportunity to actually put my hands on every day and talk to every day and pour into him and the position that he's playing. Actually had played the position, and then, being current record holder and then having a kid chasing it, it's just a great feeling to know that, the program is where it's at, and, we're playing high-level football, and these kids love playing here at the University of Arizona. So, yeah, I was trying to reflect, too, and try to remember exactly what we were talking about. I do remember Noah and T were sitting close, and I kind of wiggled my way into that little gap there, and I can't remember exactly what the conversation was, but the face is priceless for sure.
Michael and Justin.
What do you think T-Mac gained from all that time he spent working on the side with Colin Carroll, doing sprints and drills and all that stuff?
I think the biggest thing being away from the game like that is appreciation for it. Understanding that every single rep is a precious rep. You miss it so much when you're not around it, and you question a lot of things, especially given the injury. Will you be able to do it at a high level? How will you respond? At first, when you first get back and things aren't right, there's so much that goes through your mind. But I think he really sit back and watch the other kids play and watch how much fun they were having and the passion that they were putting in the game, and he's looking at it and reflecting like, I miss it, and I really looking forward to that opportunity to coming back, and, not a better game to come back on for sure.
Justin and Damian.
Lots of positives you can take away from a record performance, but what do you think was the most impressive part about what T-Mac did?
His finishing. I really challenged him this offseason when I had the opportunity to go back and watch all of his games, went back and watched all of his practices, and that was one of the major things that I emphasized with him was finishing with the football in his hand. I think that was the next step for him to be able to show the guys on the next level that he has that capability to be able to get the ball, make a guy miss, and not only that, but trust his speed and run past people. And he was able to put that on the film. And that's who I know he is. That's what his capability is at. And, I was super proud of him really pushing that point.
And then what do you hope to see from the other guys this week?
Their opportunities, and capitalizing on whatever they might be. If it's one, making sure that one is a quality rep. And, hopefully they'll get their opportunities once, coverages start to roll and things start to change. And, it was a big emphasis from Coach Babers in our room this week was, when a guy has a record-breaking performance like that, other guys really need to step up because you know what's coming next. And so the challenge is there. I think the boys are ready for that. And it's just a matter of opportunities. We didn't have that many offensive plays. Given more offensive plays, you would have seen more guys play.
Damian and Jason.
Bobby, when was the last time you witnessed a performance come even close to what T-Mac put up on Saturday?
Last time when T-Mac was in Tempe last year. That was the last time I saw that. Obviously, I was on the other side of that. Bittersweet being able to watch him perform, and it was similar. But I think, like I just said, the fact that he's finishing with the ball in his hand and his intention to want to score is just, it's really obvious, and that was a big challenge for him this year, and I'm glad he's getting it done.
Jason and Brian.
First game of the year, guy goes for 300 yards. How do you make sure he doesn't get comfortable, or he's just not that type of guy?
He's not that type of guy, but you got to preach humble and hungry for sure. And he's experienced, the highs of highs. So I don't think this is going to bother him at all. I think what it does, it makes him more hungry. And I think elite players like that and guys that are really want to be great and not just focus on the good, it's something that me and him talk about often. I think he'll find a way to get better this week. And, that will be his intention, and I'm going to continue to push him to do that. With all the good things that happened in the game, there were still mistakes made, and there were still technique things that could be cleaned up. And, being the coach that I am, I'm definitely going to emphasize those things, and we'll get better.
And then in terms of just you as a coach, how do you approach the situation with Devin Hyatt, for instance, drops and then he gets picked? How do you kind of approach that situation with him?
Those are growing pains. Dev's a redshirt freshman. We got a lot of kids that haven't played a lot of football. I don't put a lot on that. It's a drop ball. It's unfortunate the ball got picked at the end of that, and I think Dev took that really personally, just only because of, how tight-knit we are as a group. And then just, you wear that heavy as a player. So there's no need for me to really stress that and push that on him. I think it's more about putting my arm around him and letting him know that it happens. I dropped my very first bomb in the same stadium for a touchdown. So, I know what that feels like to get through it. It sucks. He's going to take it personally. He came out to work today. I expect him to be a better player this week.
Brian and Michael.
What's the advantage of putting T-Mac in the slot? Maybe it wasn't a lot, maybe 9 or 10 plays, but I think one of the touchdowns came from that.
Yeah, it's the matchups, and being able to move him around. It allows us to see what they want to do and cover down on other guys and how they're going to cover down on him. It's also something that he can do, and when you have a player like that, you want to move him around. Want to be able to get him in different spots, and he's comfortable with it. He plays well inside and outside. So we expect to continue to move him around, and, it's going to create matchups for other guys outside. And, we talked about the other younger players being able to step up and make big plays.
Michael.
Two questions for you. The first one is, what did you see from a coverage standpoint as it pertained to T-Mac, and what do you expect to see against him moving forward?
A little surprised in the coverages we got with him, especially after the success he had early in the game. But, they were really trying to blitz us and bring pressure. So, obviously, when you bring pressure, you get man-to-man coverage behind that, which was, great matchups for us. That's one of the reasons why we moved them inside as well. And so, obviously, when you bring pressure, ball got to come out the quarterback's hands, so we got to think more quick game stuff. And that's all it was about, just trying to get the ball out Noah's hands and protect him, keep him upright, and, get the ball in the hands of our playmaker.
And then what did Jeremiah Patterson show you guys to earn that number 3 receiver spot at this field?
Toughness. I think he showed that on Saturday as well. I think he had 106 kickoff return yards, which you got to be tough to be able to do that. And then, running with the ball in his hand. He's very dynamic. He made the first 2 guys miss when he was touching the football. So I'm really pleased with how he performed. We would like to get him more opportunities, and that'll come throughout this season.
Last one to Justin. Two-part question. What do you think was your best game as a wide receiver?
It would have been Cal game. Yeah, when I was playing, I think we played at Cal so long ago. Were you asking me that question?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, yeah, it was, I don't know, some 200-some yards, something like that. Yeah, it wasn't 300. 222. Thank you.
And then how would you compare the experiences at Arizona Stadium as a coach and a player? How do you experience both?
Oh man, it's such a great place. It holds such a strong part of my heart. It's fun, obviously playing. You know, being a player, you miss those days, you miss those times. It is. I think I'm having more fun now, honestly, only because of, you know, I get to touch so many kids. You know, it's not just, you know, the few that are in your circle as a player, but, you know, there's so many kids here that really live and die this and love Arizona football and love Arizona athletics all the way around. And there's an energy right now about it that, you know, not only just on the team, but within the community. So it's really fun. You know, I got to do the radio show last night, which was a very enjoyable time, and being around, you know, seeing some old fans and people that you haven't seen in a while. But it's just such a great time for me to be back here and being able to coach.
All right, that's our time.
Appreciate it, guys.